long ago from today did you do that? Did you shoot that fight? It's been a long time coming.
We started shooting, started or finished? Because those are different.
Start.
We started shooting in October of 2019.
Wow.
It's a long time ago. We didn't, and we shot for about 2.5 years off and on.
I've done a lot of fights and movies I've done. I don't think I've done as many as in this show. It's 73, it's pretty wild. But I look forward to those, And we fortunately had some great stunt coordinators, Tim Connolly and Henry Kinji, and we had some great guys, Tommy DuPont, a guy I worked with a lot. So, working out those scenes, it's like dance, choreography, but you want to make it as real as possible. So you depend on your coordinators to give you that, right? And casting is, I think, so important, not only for the actors, but the stunt coordinators too. You must have to find that guy who's going to give you the real effect that you were looking for,
For sure. Yeah, I think casting for us, for crew, top to bottom is that way.
Yeah.
It was really about, right from the beginning, about making sure that it was a fun place to work.
Sean Porter.
Yeah.
He's the cinematographer here.
Yeah.
God, it's so.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
But yeah, I feel like the action needs to be storytelling. The action needs to be for something, and I think that was also something that we really wanted to commit to early. That it was never just going to be noise. And those guys are great. They jumped in and really were committed to making sure that there wasn't anything wasted in any of those sequences.
So do I understand the first scene that you shot when you came back from your illness break, the COVID break, hell break, you had to shoot the scene where you're hanging out of the car at 60 miles an hour. Can we revisit that, please?
That was fun. That whole scene. I don't know how long did we spend on that, Johnny?
6 days.
6 days of doing this long scene. The whole scene from the beginning of the whole car thing, we would do it in one fell swoop. And in the old days when they used film, you'd have to stop and reload. But with this digital stuff, you don't have to do that. So you would do, 2 takes on one slate, just back to back. So we'd be acting for a half hour, man, just like this. And then in between things, we'd be, telling jokes and getting to know each other, becoming dear friends.
Yeah, give it up, John. It's an amazing experience, this series, because as John described it, we worked for 2.5 months and resumed 18 months later. And the story, the entire suspense, the arc of the story is that these 2 old men had this extremely intense association 30 years before, and they had done something for the right reasons, but they were the wrong things, and they'd gotten in terrible trouble, and as a result they had to stay away from each other, pretend each other did not even exist. And as a result, the suspense builds. At the very end of this first season, they finally are seen together, which means I went 2 years without working with Jeff Bridges. And he was the big reason I wanted to do this. Unfortunately, Alia Shawkat stepped up, and Amy Brenneman, and I had a wonderful time. But it was entirely worth waiting for. After 2 years, and Jeff recovered from this terrific medical challenge that he had to overcome. It was so wonderful to finally. And to work with him in this unique scene, because it was really like rehearsing and performing a one-act play. were stuck in a car together for 6 days. It was literally like crossing the country with your college roommate. We just sat there in a stationary car, pretending we were roaring along. And yes, we were all mic'd up. The entire crew was listening to us becoming old friends.
What did you talk about? You have to say what you talked about.
Well, we have so much in common. I mean, we're both from acting families, for one thing. We're pretty gregarious, you know. One thing about actors, and I think these two guys are good examples, or this is the way I relate. You know, I think we probably talked about this. You know, you show up, you only have a certain amount of time to do what you got to do, and we all are actors. We know what we're going through. Let's get relaxed. I love you, okay? We're in this together. Let's do something beautiful, right? And you just get right down to it so quickly. It's amazing how available that is, right? And it's a wonderful feeling, you know, it just happens so quick. So we just got down to it, man. And each other laughed, told them, you know, what we cared about, just got down quickly. So, because also, you know, as John was saying, we're old friends in our story, so it's like you can say, oh, we're preparing. We're working. Anyway.
You're just fucking around.
Yeah. A lot of joke telling. We like to tell jokes.
You know, you have all missed out on something tonight. Amy Brenneman isn't in our first episode.
Yes!
I'm always like showing up when you only see the first episode. Like, God, is she here?
I was in Amy. Perhaps Amy and I can do a live version. He took the ball and he said, yes, let's do that. I can't remember my line.
I have to think that some of you have seen the entire series.
Oh, yeah.
And you have one of the greatest first scenes to introduce a character.
Yeah, Zoe's a tricky little minx.
Please tell me about her.
She's awesome. I mean, she's an every woman. She literally is an every woman. So I think what John does so brilliantly is there's this very, very, very complicated story and these very complicated men with very complicated histories and lives. And then this woman shows up who's equally as complicated just because she is a woman who lives in America in 2022. So she is also a shapeshifter. And she, you know, it's like a Star Wars Born moment where we recognize something in one another. And off we go. Yeah, I mean, I was with Jeff Bridges for 60 straight days, and I felt like I was high. And you know, the only bummer was like I couldn't, you know, have a big vodka after work because you know, I had to go.
Oh, and I had so much fun. But we would challenge ourselves. We would say, okay, I challenge you. If you, in the scene, go like this 3 times, you know, we did it. And so one of the things that we did, and this would be hard to see, I can do it for you, John, but the audience probably won't see it. There's something called a skull take. And it's a John Wayne move. And so I would say, okay, if you do that 3 times, I will do 2 John Wayne skull takes. And here's, I'll show you the skull. Very silent. Close up, you see, there's like, something happens.
Yeah, the cheek moves about.
Yeah. It was straight story. Sorry. That's fun.
With the dogs, so Jeff had worked with the dogs, and then I come along with my.
I say, how are we gonna time when the dolly comes? And I'll say, well, I'll dolphin. You want orca or? There's no acting
Learning a lot tonight. Skull tapes and orchestra.
Can you wiggle your ears? Can you wiggle your ears?
Can I what?
Wiggle your ears?
Not really. We're better at it than
So
others.
that you have to be able to do a skull tape.
Wait, Jeff, did you just wiggle your ears?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Was it impressive?
Yes.
I don't know where to go next. Oh, gosh. Amy,